You think?
And yeah, go ahead.
I was going to bring up like irrelevant, boring shit like the inauguration. I was just curious, but no. What did you want to say about Bob 7?
No. We can get off that. I mean, it's pretty clear. I need to either just say I'm not going to know about it and it's not worth knowing, or I'll have to research on my own, I guess.
I mean, I released like a 3-hour video detailing everything yesterday, but like if you go into that, there's going to be like 1 or 2 moments in that video where you're going to be like, wow. And then at the very end, you're going to be like, why the fuck did I waste so much of my life on this? Like, I would have rather have read like a synopsis of like Jersey Shore. Like, this was just a total waste of my time, is what you're going to feel like. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's not bad. I mean, where are you? Are you streaming the inauguration live?
Yeah. I mean, I probably have to, right?
I mean, I don't know in your current arcs whether it would be expected that you stream it.
I think so, yeah.
What are you expecting?
I don't think anything bad will happen. I think that they're going to take the security way more seriously this time, instead of the horrible fuck-ups that happened for the vote tabulation or whatever for the Electoral College. It seems like they've already cracked down hard. They're making a fuck ton of arrests, and the security is like super buffed. So yeah.
What do you think will be like the bulk? What's going to be the meat of left tube once Trump is gone?
The meat of left tube once Trump is gone, it's probably going to be shitting on Biden for day one, not enacting Medicare for all completely and totally. It's going to be this hyper obsession with like student loan debt, which is like the most hilarious first world problem that absolutely should be at the bottom of every single person's agenda. And then it's probably going to be like some arguing about how we're not doing enough to like stop capitalism or some dumb shit. I don't know, whatever normal shit they cry about.
And then one thing I find, I'm curious your thoughts on this. There's literal QAnon conspiracy theorists that are now, the calls are coming from inside the house, so to speak, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Bobo Boebert, and Madison Cawthorn reportedly carries multiple weapons with him onto the floor of the house, crazy stuff. These people, this is a danger, right? Are you with me that these people are dangerous?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, wait, when you say dangerous, what do you mean by that?
That their mere presence as one of the most powerful 535 legislators in the country is completely nightmarish and dystopian.
Okay, yeah. When you say, I'm sorry, to clarify, when you say dangerous, you don't mean they're going to like start shooting people or something at the inauguration, right? But they're dangerous because they represent that those types of crazy ideas have actually made it into like our legislative body. I agree with that. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. No, I don't think those three will shoot anyone at the inauguration.
Yeah. That's a weird qualifier at the end, so maybe they'll shoot someone at some other point, but okay, yeah.
Yeah,
you know what would be crazy? And you know what, dude? I'll just fuck off and just go live in a fucking forest. You know what the fucking craziest shit would be? Is if at the end, like the fucking QAnon people were vindicated and Trump comes out in some kind of like fucking exoskeleton power armor and there actually was some crazy plan all along and some like everything just explodes or some crazy shit happens. That'd be pretty insane.
Yeah, I still have people emailing me saying, I just don't understand how, Biden will be in prison by Thursday morning. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you're right. I don't understand that. That's
or those
true.
I don't know if you ever saw that ultra cringe Dave Rubin clip where he's like, Donald Trump he's a billionaire. Like, there's no way this is the end. Like, he's got to have something up his sleeve. Like, there's no way. Like, of course he's got something planned. Like, oh my God, this was weeks ago.
I don't think Trump came this far, meaning where he beat the media, beat the establishment, beat the political elites at every level, like every step along the way. That guy, he just cut them down, right? I don't think he made it this far to not have a final move. Like at the end, you're at the end of the movie, you're at the end of the video game, the big boss, and he didn't have a secret weapon. He didn't think that the entire machine was going to come down on him in the way that it has.
Real quick, on the Trump thing, I'm a little more bullish on this. I think Crowder is too. I mean, it seems to me that Trump, for 4 years, he beat the media and beat the establishment every step along the way. And he did not get this far without thinking, what is the final boss in the video game? And the final boss was the election.
Why don't you put that out immediately if you do have something? I mean, there is
because you got to build a case. You got to build a case.
Silver lining, I think, is that because he has beat them systematically or systemically, depending on which way you like it, the fact that he has done that at every turn about impeachment, about Russia, about Ukraine, all of these things, right? I don't think he came this far to know that at the end, you're at the final boss of the video game, that he didn't have a secret weapon. I think he probably knows things. It seems odd to me that the guy who got everything right, pulled the mask off all of these people for 4 years, only to get to the end of the game. Big boss, if we're in a video game, right? He got to the end of the movie, and he didn't have a weapon in his pocket. He didn't have something.
I actually saw a lot of people post Dave Rubin stuff to my subreddit, and a lot of it I don't find that clever. But there's one I saw where it's like Dave Rubin misusing different words. Like there was one where he called it butterfly theory, which is like chaos theory, you know, like a butterfly on the other side.
Because he was thinking of butterfly effect or something but go ahead.
Moves a cloud, which then creates a hurricane, which then leads to 10 people dying in the US, who knows what. And it was like a completely unrelated thing that he was describing. And there's a bunch of these like Dave Rubin versus words things, which are just incredible.
As they tried to censor a story, what did they do? Well, they did the butterfly effect. And the butterfly effect, of course, is when by drawing attention to something, you're then amplifying the attention. You're saying, don't look there. It makes everyone look there. So then the story got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Let's see. So inauguration is going to go off unmessed with. How do you feel about the conviction in the Senate of Trump? How do you feel about this?
I'm not super confident it's going to happen.
Yeah?
I think that a lot of these Republicans who are okay with the impeachment are being very careful not to say, and we would support conviction. They're just saying they're okay with the impeachment, which is in the House.
I'm really, really, really scared of anything at all being wasted on that conviction. Like, Biden has so much set before him that he needs to get done. Like, this might have to be the most ambitious first term, because we have whiplash right now. We went from a Republican president and a Republican House and a Republican Senate to an incumbent Republican president losing and flipping all three of those. But we still have like a conservative Supreme Court. Like, it is insane, like the whiplash that we're having right now, like governmentally, not even legislatively, but like on the executive too. So if I am so scared and I see like McConnell grinning like, oh yeah, like impeachment, like we'll do it after Biden's in office, like wasting time on that is just so fucking scary to me. I don't want to see any headlines about it. I don't want to see any compromises being made over it. I don't want to fucking think that any possible bill is going to be held hostage relating to it. Like, I don't know, man. It's just, that topic is so scary to me. Ugh.
I just don't think that this idea of waiting so that it doesn't interfere with Biden's first 100 days, I think you just lose momentum. I think the odds of the conviction, if you wait 100 days, go down dramatically.
Yeah, I understand that. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't actually care about the conviction at all. Like, I would like to see Trump convicted because I think that would be fucking hilarious. And he's unironically, like, I'm sorry, more than hilarity, like, holy fuck. This guy was like cheering on like an attack on the Capitol while sipping martinis in the White House. That's insane to me. However, if it ever comes, because you know how like everything in the Senate and everything in Congress is like a back and forth, right? If we start to get to some point where it's like, you know, if you guys really want a public option, you know, like, or if you guys want to do this, like, well, what do you think about the conviction that you're going for? Like, if you want the conviction that you're going to have to give, like here on the Medicare for All, you're going to have to give on your immigration policy. Or if you really want these tax, you know, if that becomes like a part of the negotiations or something, that becomes like some kind of back and forth. God, the idea of wasting anything on like a tremendously important, like economic or immigration or national defense or anything agenda to try to get that conviction. Oh God, I just like eject Trump. Don't let him fuck us after he's already out of office. Like that would just be my one hope.
It'd be negotiating for what? I don't see any sense in doing that negotiation.
Exactly. Yeah. But like if we don't have the votes for it, I would just say like, listen, like fuck it. Okay, you know what? Fuck Trump, and then you just eject it, and then we focus on like the work that has to be done, right?
And I mean, listen, he's been impeached twice, and I know that certainly getting a conviction would be great, but it's still one for the history books. The guy's been impeached twice. Nobody else ever has.
Mm-hmm. Wait, did they actually? Oh my God, I've been doing embittered in drama recently. Did they actually did the impeachment in the House, right? Did they do that second one?
Yeah.
It's done.
He's been impeached twice. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, I heard that let me see if I got this right. You're running for mayor of Lincoln, Nebraska?
No. I'm helping a mayoral candidate in Omaha. I want to see if I can get a mayoral candidate elected and to unseat the current mayor there.
Oh, okay. What's going on there specifically?
So basically, we're going to have two large Airbnbs that are going to be rented out to probably around anywhere from 8 to 10 full-time volunteers that are going to be living there for 2 to 3 months that are going to be doing. What?
Oh boy. This is already sounding like another one of these Bob 12 fiascos or something like what happened in Georgia where somebody kept $8,000.
Listen, I've got now the people that I'm working with are battle tested. Okay. So I already know who I'm working with. Okay. Because the guy that ended up doing most of Bob 7's work is like my chief, like co-coordinator or like co-owner of this project basically. But yeah, we're going to have 2 big Airbnbs. We're going to have about 10 people living there full time that are going to be doing like canvassing, door knocking, cleaning up lists, dropping signs and stuff. And then we're probably planning about 3 or 4 different big like canvassing events. So the first one's coming up, I think February 6th and 7th, I think those 2 days. And we're going to bring a bunch of people down, put them in a hotel and then do like a big canvassing event on the weekend. And yeah, that's what we're basically doing over the next 2 to 3 months.
Can we get away from pizza for these events? Because I don't know that pizza served us well in Georgia.
It's so hard. Have you ever, I know you're half joking, but like, have you ever looked up like catering before?
Yes.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
So like as an example, like, cause I was looking up a bunch of, cause I agree. Like pizza seems like very informal and kind of like, okay. Like it feels like I'm at Chuck E. Cheese. But when I was looking up catering for food in Georgia, in Columbus, which I imagine is probably going to be cheaper than most places. This is like not
right.
Yeah. It's not fucking New York City. It was like, I could get like these little Mediterranean food boxes with like chicken and salad and everything. And it was $11 to $12 per meal. And the problem is these meals were like 360 calories. And I'm like, this is not like, yeah, people are going to burn more calories than this walking for 4 or 5 hours. Like, so I was just like, pizza is like the only thing that's like cost affordable, unless I want to spend literally $20 a person, which is just not realistic, I think.
How will you, I don't know if you know this, but very soon, like probably by next, within a few weeks, really, you're going to be able to buy over the counter at home 10-minute result COVID tests that you can just administer and get results on your own. Do you plan to stock up on those as part of this project?
I haven't heard of those at all yet. Yeah. That sounds cool though.
But does that sound interesting?
To have like at-home COVID tests? Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so for the people that are going to, you're going to be putting all these people, they're going to be living together and going out and interacting with people. It just seems like it could be safer.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know what we're doing in terms of like, I guess we could probably force everybody to get rapid tests for the coronavirus stuff, but Christian is handling like the exact like rooming and all that details, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that this is awesome, merely for mimetic purposes. If instead you were helping to get a mayor elected in the town of Chadron, Nebraska, just because of the name, this is a place in northwestern Nebraska, Chadron. I think that the memes would probably go 100x, but I understand that Omaha is more important strategically. Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So, and how much time will you spend in Omaha, if any?
Well, I'm traveling to every event because my son lives there. So this is like a double hitter for me because I get to go down and then hang out with him too. So at the very least, I'll be going down for the 3 or 4 events for sure. And then I don't know if I'll spend time other than that there because that's kind of the volunteer's job. So yeah.
Any, is it even like in the picture to try to get an endorsement from Warren Buffett?
I don't think so.
Because he lives there. I mean, he's voting for someone, right?
Yeah, he lives in Regency, yeah. That would be funny, but I don't know if he even endorses people or anything.
Melina, do you think Melina's going to surpass your channel even?
In terms of live viewers, depending on the content she does, yeah, definitely she could. She needs to get her YouTube shit working, but yeah, she can pull, I'm pretty sure depending on what she's doing, she could like pull like 10,000 plus viewers if she wants to like do swim streams and stuff. Although I guess if I do like big political stuff or dramatic stuff, I can pull 10,000 plus too. It just depends on what's going on.
Is that emasculating in some way?
No, why would that be?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Wait, are you threatened by high earning women, David Pakman? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm wondering if you are.
No, why would I be? If I was, I wouldn't be dating Melina, would I?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Wow. Well, that just got awkward.
Yeah, it did. quite a bit.
No, I'm kidding. In any case, though,
Uh-huh.
I stopped in Melina's stream yesterday. She seemed unsure that I remembered her, but of course, we had multiple meals and
Yeah, holy
with
shit.
Hassan back when you were, still talking to him.
I just want to say I had an awesome experience running through the potato fields with you when we were in Idaho picking stuff. I didn't know that they just grew on trees like that. That you just ran through and like grabbed the potatoes. And when that farmer was trying to hunt us down at the end, oh my God, that was insane. You said the funniest part of that was that Pakman said, so we go through these potato fields, right? There's these, I didn't know potatoes grew on trees, okay? There's these potato fields. And Pakman takes us in and we're like, dude, we're going to get fucking shot if somebody finds us here. And Pakman takes his fucking backpack off and he pulls out 4 fucking MAGA hats. And he's like, as long as we wear these, no one will fuck with us. And I'm like, are you sure? And so we put them on and we're like picking fucking potatoes off these trees. And then obviously because the farmer guys have to patrol the fields because I guess coyotes will eat potatoes, so they're on the lookout for it, and they see us and like, what the fuck are you guys doing here? And then Pakman looks at him and Pakman's like, we're making America great again. And then the guy like starts chasing because we have to fucking run out of these potatoes. It was crazy. But Pakman's wife was there with her car ready to do a quick getaway, so that was quite the adventure.
Girlfriend anyway, but
oh sorry, I didn't mean to spoil that one. But Pakman is also polygamous. I don't know if you wanted that one leaked either, but Pakman was actually the guy that got me into polyamory. It was actually when I learned that because it was crazy because I've had 3 different meals with Pakman and 3 different times he's introduced a wife to me, and I'm like, wait a second. And then by the 3rd time I was like, okay, you got to explain what's going on. Like, how are you getting married and divorced so many times? And he's like, what do you mean? I've been married to the same 6 women for 4 years. And I was like, wait, what? And then he explained everything to me, why he has like his legal residence in one state and in another, because you can have multiple marriages in some states. Like, Jesus, this is crazy. But so I don't know how much you want like exposed to this. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't even remember whether in Idaho it was my wife or my girlfriend. I don't remember.
Well, in Idaho, I think you said that in Idaho it was your legal wife. And then in, I don't remember what other state you said you lived in. It was either Iowa or Missouri. You said that they were common law marriage, but you referred to them as your girlfriend there for, I think, residence or tax purposes. I don't remember how you have it set up, but yeah, some crazy shit. Some
things are for residence purposes. Some things are for tax purposes. And there's, different reasons. But to be quite frank, I'm actually mostly a resident of the Bahamas.
Yeah, which was the most interesting thing because Pakman funnels his personal income through the Bahamas, but he also runs payroll, and he has a payroll company dedicated to paying out 6 different wives across like 4 or 5 different states for like optimal tax purposes, which is just your whole setup is like insane. I admire it. It's like crazy awesome. But yeah,
the only problem with the setup is that the person who makes the most money is my accountant.
For sure. But if what you were telling me, your plan to marry her too, if that goes through, then I guess you take care of all of that, huh? You just keep bringing them into the Pakman fold.
Wow. Well, listen, I don't know that we want to say too much more about this because it will attract not exactly the type of attention I'm looking for.
For sure. I understand.
But I don't know if this is a sore subject, and I really am asking because I'm curious. In the last few months, has there been any reconciliation with Hassan?
Not yet. We're working in that direction, Pakman, but it's a rough one. I've been trying to get more.
Is that true? You're working on it?
Yeah, that's why I did the drama stream yesterday. I had more viewers than him for a while, and I know that every time that happens, it kills him a little bit on the inside. So I'm hoping if I keep doing drama streams and I keep getting lots of viewers, maybe he'll want to be my friend again because I'll be popular now. So I'm working in that direction, but here I am playing Metal Gear Solid 2 with only 5,000 viewers, so I don't think he's interested.
It seems plausible.
Yeah.
What do you think I need to do? So I have an extraordinarily lopsided stream situation where I'll do a stream and there might be 30, 40, 50, 60, even 70,000 live viewers on YouTube. And then there will be like 3,000 to 4,000 on Twitch. What is it that I'm doing wrong on Twitch?
It just depends on where your discovery is. I mean, like for me, it's the opposite. Like when I did that drama stream a few days ago, I had I think it was 7,000 viewers on YouTube and like 21,000 viewers on Twitch because I get viewers on Twitch more than I do on YouTube. So it really just depends on where your people are finding you from. Like you're probably way more embedded and you have way more discovery because of your channel and everything on YouTube versus Twitch. So yeah.
Do you think that I should be going in the direction of regular cringe streams to draw audience?
I thought that's what your streams already were.
Well, then in that case, should I get away from it, I guess is the question.
Maybe you should try to move away from it. Yeah.
Fair. Well, good. I mean, listen, this was most of my agenda. I'm waiting for Trump's pardon list to come out. I was trying to pre-tape some stuff for tomorrow so I can just focus on the inauguration, but he's not released it yet. It's
Did he
ridiculous.
actually, is Lil Yeezy or Lil Wayne or who the fuck was supposed to get pardoned by him that was announced? Is this actually happening?
I have no idea. I'm just waiting for, there's so many rumors. I'm waiting for the official list.
I feel like he actually can't do any wrong. Like, no one cares. Like, and this is going to be, I've said this a million times and it's lost its effect. There have been so many individual, discrete, unbelievable things about this administration that are just never going to be talked about. Him pardoning, was it Manafort and Stone, and did he do Cohen as well? And then the no, he didn't do Cohen because he hates Cohen. That's right. It was Stone, it was Manafort, it was the 4 contractor guys from that private military company that were rolling around in Iraq. Flynn, yeah. Holy shit. I can't, like, that's unreal. Like, all of his little fucking comrades, he pardoned all of them. And then just, Kushner's dad for the shit that he did how many years ago? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, at this point, he could really pardon anybody.
Papadopoulos,
and it would kind of just be whatever. I think if he pardons his own kids or tries to pardon himself, it would be like the line. But anything else,
where is the line? I feel like we've crossed a million lines, like unbelievable lines that have just been crossed over and over again. We keep saying that, like, that'll be the line. No way could he do that. He can't possibly get away with it. And it's like, oh, there he goes. Yeah.
I just don't think he's going to try to pardon himself. I'm not saying it would. I mean, it's like, what difference would it make? He's already impeached, but I just don't think he's going to try it.
I've heard that was in the talks behind the scenes, that he wanted to resign early and have Pence pardon him, or that he's tried to do like pre-pardons. I don't know how the fuck that works, but.
Yeah, I mean, you can do a preemptive blanket pardon. That's a thing.
But yeah.
But it doesn't seem like he's doing it.
I thought to pardon, I thought the person had to admit guilt. How can you preemptively do a blanket pardon? I'm guilty of everything.
No, that's a different thing. That's about based on the Supreme Court. What is the meaning of receiving and accepting a pardon? But that's different from whether you can do a blanket preemptive pardon.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, arguably it's an insane system. Yeah. Well, listen, I mean, it sounds like it's all happening. How late do you stream these days?
However late I need to. But generally I stop at 10 PST.
Oh, I see. How do you determine if you need to stream longer? Like, how can you tell?
It depends on events that are going on.
Oh, okay. And you're starting at what time usually?
My goal is to stream every day from 12 to 10, 12 PST to 10 PST. Sometimes I start late, sometimes I go late, sometimes I start early, sometimes I end early. Just depends on what's going on, yeah.
So 10 out, and how many days a week are you doing that?
7 days a week is what I go for.
You're now up to 10 hours a day, 7 days a week?
That's the goal. But I mean, like, sometimes I travel, sometimes I'm out of town, sometimes I have to take days off to write entire manifestos. So I mean, like, it doesn't actually work out. So like, from the past 90 days, I haven't streamed 900 hours. I've streamed 621 hours. So like, I'm missing out because I travel a lot and everything too, right? So yeah.
And when there's a 10-hour stream, how many hours of that are you AFK?
I'd say like no more than like 3 or 4 hours out of 10 hours.
Oh, that's a lot of AFK.
No, I don't think so. My community kind of like entertains themselves, you know? Like when you're babysitting,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, if you have like 2 kids, like you're not always playing with them as they play with themselves, you know? Not like that.
I had no idea that in a 10-hour stream, you might not even be there for nearly half the time.
Yeah, I'd say about maybe 5 hours. It just depends on what's going on in the background, you know?
Now, this may just be more of a business question than anything else, but would it make more sense to just do an uninterrupted 5 hours rather than 6 over a 10-hour period?
No, because usually what I'll do is when I say I'll be right back, what I do is I usually just turn off my camera and then I just start chewing through emails and stuff. And then they start donating, making fun of how long I'm gone. So I'll be doing emails and then in the background, I'll hear like 777, 777, 777, because they're all donating saying like, oh, Steven's AFK all the time. And they'll donate hundreds of dollars while I'm just like getting paid to do emails and stuff. So it ends up working out pretty well at the end of the day.
So wait a second. This has never occurred to me, but I maybe need to do this. You're saying during a stream, you'll turn your camera off and handle administrative work?
Yeah, basically, yeah. And they pay me to do it. It's unbelievable. It's insane. Yeah.
That is crazy. I should just stream and just take phone calls, business calls. I mean, why not?
Yeah, why not? That's what I do.
I can't. I'm guessing you're joking around, right?
About which part?
I don't know, all of it.
I'm being half truthful. Sometimes I'll turn off the camera and just masturbate. Like, that's not really business related, I guess.
But about 4 hours every 10 of being away from the keyboard is accurate.
That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but.
Okay. Wow. And does the viewership go down when you're AFK?
No, actually, sometimes it goes up. Really just depends on what I'm doing. I don't know why. I don't know why these guys will just start smashing the donate button, but it seems like they wait for me to leave. Maybe they're a little bit shy, or a little bit, they want me to be humble, so they don't want to donate while I'm there, so they'll do it when I step away from the computer or something.
That's really interesting. Yeah, my goal is to see how little I can stream rather than how much.
Interesting. Okay.
In the sense of like, okay, if a typical 2-hour stream has X super chats and Twitch subs and this and that, is there any way to shorten it to 90 minutes and get the same? And then could I shorten it to 60 minutes and do the same?
Gotcha. Let's see. I mean, have you ever thought about hiring somebody that looks like you that can generate more money than you'd have to pay them to look like you to be on stream for a few hours?
That's not bad.
The majority of your audience is probably English speaking. People know that you are Argentinian. You could probably like hire a Spanish speaker that looks kind of like you. So that way they're speaking Spanish. So if the accent is off, it doesn't sound like you. It's like, well, of course he's speaking Spanish. Like, of course it doesn't sound like him. And he looks a little bit different because everybody looks different when they're speaking another language. So you could probably get away with it.
That's actually not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. And then they could do Spanish streams. You could open yourself to a whole new audience,
I think my limitation is sometimes I'll watch streamers and like something completely insignificant, like they'll be watching, say, a 2-minute video. They're like, we're going to watch this 2-minute video. Great. And at the 5-second mark, something completely insignificant will happen, but they'll pull 20 minutes out of having the video pause at the 5-second mark.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow they'll do 20 minutes of commentary off of the first 5 seconds. Like, to me, that's a waste of time.
No, you're so wrong.
Whenever I get invited to a debate and I'm told it'll be 3 hours, I say, listen, I'm too busy for 3 hours. I'll do 20 minutes. I'll do 30 minutes, maybe. I'm not doing that. That's if I was pausing videos every 5 seconds and doing 20 minutes, I could stream all day.
No, you have a very Americanized way of looking at things. As a streamer, we try to look to like the American Indians, oftentimes referred to as Native Americans. You know how when we like kill a cow, you'll leave half the carcass there. You just take a little bit of the meat and you leave it rotting. Well, the natives, what they would do is they would extract every bit of usefulness out of that carcass. And us Twitch streamers are pretty similar when it comes to YouTube videos. Now, while you might just see a 20-minute video, a big hunk of meat, what we actually see is an opportunity to pause that video every 10 to 15 seconds. We could milk a 20-minute video for over 3 hours of content, $5,000 of donations. We like to use every single part of that video to maximize the amount of revenue that we can generate off of somebody else's work. I think it's actually more respectful that way rather than just leaving all of that potential rotting on the ground.
I disagree. I think it's disrespectful to the audience to do 20 minutes of analysis over a 3-hour period because, I don't know. I have no idea, if our audiences are different in any way. I suspect they might be, but I know that there's people in my audience who are just checking in, during break at work, or we have doctors in our audience who are checking in between patients and stuff like that. I would find it disrespectful to the audience to have them have to watch 3 hours for an analysis I could do in 20 minutes.
Well, I think it's more that the goal is that, like, I'm going to analyze a video for 20 minutes. What if you only come by once an hour to check on the stream? You might miss that whole video if I do my analysis in like a succinct manner that actually accurately summarizes everything in as little time as what wouldn't be necessary, right? Like, what they say, I think it's like longevity is the soul of wit. You want to take something and stretch it out for as long as possible. So if somebody's checking in like once every 90 minutes, they can still catch that video. They feel like they're involved. They're a part of the community. So the next day, when people are like, did you watch when he looked at those 2 videos? A guy that pops in only twice, every 4 or 5 hours will be like, oh yeah, I remember those videos. He was still reviewing it when I came in 3 hours later. Those are the types of interactions that we want to get with our audience.
Right. Yeah. I need a paradigm shift, I think, if I'm going to take that approach.
For sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Jeez. I've got to, you're blowing my mind. I got to go back to the drawing board, quite frankly.
It's a whole other world out here in Twitch land. You know, it's a totally different ballgame than YouTube,
But I think my audience they just know I'm not looking to stream more and more and more. I'm looking to just do more and more interesting streams, but probably, I think I only do about 8 hours a week of streaming total.
Oh yeah. So this is like a really common mistake that a lot of people seem to think that like interesting or engaging content or stuff that requires a lot of effort to go into the craftsmanship of it is a good idea. But network TV actually figured this out like 20 years ago when they started with Survivor, you know, low effort, easy to digest, high time consumption, very little preparation, you know, react content, watching 90 Day Fiance, you know, for weeks and weeks on stream, producing reality TV shows that require low budgets, bad scripts, no writing, bad music, like stock footage, like all of this stuff. That's the way of the future. Network TV figured this out 20 years ago. That's why every single channel has like reality TV on it today. You don't want to be some sucker that's wasting all of their time trying to produce something that'll be remembered for the ages when you could just shit out 10 hours of react streams over and over and over again and get paid 30 times as much money for it, do you?
Right. No, but see, I think my audience expects something a little different. But and I agree. You know, it's not like it takes significant preparation to do, you know, a 90-minute or a 2-hour stream. I completely agree with that. But I just, you know, it's not. I'm not aspiring to be streaming 50, 60, 70 hours per week.
Okay, well, it looks like you're gonna have to hire that Pakman lookalike. I mean,
yeah, maybe so.
How great. Imagine the audiences and like how much is South America plugged into YouTube? Do you know? Is there a big, like, imagine you get.
Anytime I take calls, I'll get a couple calls from Argentina, one or two from Chile, Peru, Colombia. It's quite a bit.
Yeah. You should imagine if you had a Spanish version of yourself and you got them all on board with you after 4 or 5 or 6 months, you could have that guy that you're paying slowly every day as a joke, maybe start teaching them English. And then once all of them are like adequately bilingual, you could fire that dude and then just bring them all over onto your main channel. And he'll have like gathered you this whole army of native Spanish speakers that are now bilingual enough to enjoy your content.
Yeah, that's a long game, I think.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, it's a game we're playing out here, right? It's going to be a really boring next 4 years without Trump in office because all of us people on the left love Trump in office. So we could just have Trump derangement syndrome every day. I don't know what I'm going to talk about now because I'm not going to have a single thing to criticize the Biden administration over. That's for sure, because I'm hopelessly partisan. So, I mean, like,
yeah, the number of people telling me that my show is circling the drain because Trump is leaving is pretty funny.
Exactly. So, like, I mean, I can't think of a better way to grow an audience than to appeal to another language for people that otherwise wouldn't be considering that type of content, you know?
I'll look into it. I mean, I'll certainly make a few phone calls.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, listen, I do want to let you get back to, was it Duke Nukem you were playing?
Not quite. It's a game called Metal Gear Solid 2. It's basically a retrospective on what's happened in America over the past 20 years. Although this game was made in 1998 or something. I don't know how they did that, but yeah.
In all seriousness, what is Rust? Is that a new game? Is that like Warcraft?
What is Rust? It's hard to explain what Rust is. I think originally they made it as like I think in 2016 it came out as a 2018 America survival simulator because they figured after 2 years of Trump, we would all be running around naked, like trying to build wooden houses. But since America survived, they've like slowly added more and more to the game. You basically run around with AKs and shoot each other. So instead of being like an apocalyptic American survivor, now it's just like a Chicago America survivor. Yeah.
Huh. Is it the type of game you can just jump in and play, or does it require knowing a lot?
It really depends on what you want to do. It's pretty open worldish. Like you can run around and talk to people and grow crops and like build houses, or you can run around with guns and shoot each other. It just really depends on what you want to do. Generally, you need to invest a little bit of time to understand the mechanics of the game, but not as much as maybe like a multiplayer like World of Warcraft game or something.
I see. So it's you like the game to some degree?
Yeah, I love it. I've got about 1,000 hours in it. Yeah.
1,000? Oh my God. Mm-hmm. And how many of those were you AFK for?
In Rust, I think my it's about the same as my stream. I'd say probably about 40% of the hours about.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, it's intense what's happening right now.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy world. So I'll talk to you.
Well, listen, my friend, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to try to get some stuff pre-recorded for tomorrow, and I think that we've got an interesting couple of years ahead for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy world. Yeah, tell Alice, Becky, Samantha, Julia, Johanna, and Mary I said hi. Okay.
Yes, I will. Cool. Yes, and also Blanche.
Oh, the accountant? Has it already started?
Exactly.
All right.
Stephen, always a pleasure, and I appreciate you having me on.
Thanks. I'll see you later. Peace out.
All right, take care. Bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed. Please stop emailing me about stats, because literally I've gotten 20 emails and 35 different explanations on how whatever fucking confidence intervals and shit work. Oh my God.